The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Are we live? Oh,
we are live.
Hi, Dr. Ashley.
Nurse Tanya.
How are we today?
We are taking out February. Today is the
indeed.
official last day of February.
It is. I'm ready to say goodbye.
Me too.
Yeah.
From Code Lavender, we officially exhibit our goodbye to February. We are done. We don't want you anymore. You made your point. Now go away. We're done.
Into March.
Into March. Let's march in like lambs because we know what that means. Do we
No.
not?
Do we?
No.
Do we not? We don't do that here.
Out like a lion or
Out
something.
like a lion. Yes. If we come in like a lamb, we go out like a lion.
Is this Canadian?
But isn't that weather related though?
It is. It is. And today is very,
It is mild.
it is mild. It is sunny. It is very pleasant. In fact, Nespa,
It is nice. It's a park day.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Wow.
I mean, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Park the car.
However, the parking lot and the snow.
Really?
And, yeah. Come on. now.
Listen, don't. I only produce podcasts. I know nothing about.
I do not understand why people plow a pile of snow that covers half of the parking
Into a
space.
space.
It's just, it's not functional. Leave the snow there.
It's so obtuse. Why would one do that?
It's a man in charge.
Oh
Today
my
we're talking
God.
about cortisol.
We
I
are.
thought you just slide right.
Well, this is a girl problem.
Okay, fair. That's a fair.
It's why we are the way we are.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, cortisol is one of those hormones that, it is wonderful until it is overproduced, and it much like everything else in medicine, there is balance and counterbalance. And with cortisol, I guess as we age, we lose those hormones that kind of mitigate the cortisol production. Do we not?
yeah. And so why am I so exhausted? And then you get in bed and you're
Wired,
watching the weird food show.
or just staring at the ceiling, running through everything that went through your mind today, and these crazy things that happened 20 years ago that you're thinking, I wonder if that person still thinks about this the way I do. Well, They don't. They
No.
do not. From Nurse Tanya, they do not. However, we need to take this apart and put it back together in a way that's going to work.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we get into the whole conversation about the M word, menopause,
Ew.
perimenopause.
The PM.
You can't sleep. We're always stressed out. We're
Yeah.
anxious. And then
Fat.
you're stressed out and it's 10 times worse and everybody feels it. Right?
Yeah, no, but everybody feels it around you. It almost has like the ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cortisol's too high. Miss Tanya's not happy. And then everybody else is not happy as a result thereof.
So when we were planning for Code Lavender today, obviously it's February. We want to look at some really cool Black nurses throughout history, but then it kind of led us down a pathway to look at what's going on out there. And we're going to talk about 2 Black-owned businesses that are super cool. So I think the first one to kind of spotlight, there's, we always say nurses, they have more than one job, right?
Oh,
We're
they
always
sure
on
do.
a side hustle. So shout out to James and JM Junkers.
Yay, James, that's
Black-owned company, owned by a nurse, a male nurse,
Yep.
and he's just going out there and he's taking the shit out of your house and getting rid of it for you. James, you're getting my phone call soon because I have like a pile accumulating.
James is my school husband. And we know that means like, that doesn't mean any nookie happens between us. James is a young man. He can do much better than this old lady. But he takes such good care of me. He really does. He makes sure I'm hydrated.
Yes.
And he's very concerned about my UTIs and my level of consciousness. And we've been through the mill together, James and I. But James has got this amazing side business where he does rubbish removal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
and
so awesome.
it's called JM Junkers, James Marbu. And if anybody needs anything removed, do call. And when you're contacting, do say, that red-headed broad on the podcast sent me. And you never know what could happen. I mean, he listen, he owes me. Okay.
James is good.
Like, he's the smartest guy I know in nursing school, but he gets very, shall we say, high strung.
Poor James.
He does. He gets very upset. And, I am a great one for helping a person focus. And only when I'm properly hydrated do I do so.
All right. And now, best discovery of 2026 for me. I'm thinking about cortisol and perimenopause and whatever. And I'm walking down the street in Hackensack, which I never do, but it was a parking problem. And I see this place called the CMOS Factory.
Tell me.
I'm like, what? Come on now.
Factory?
So I go in and I meet this lovely woman, and she makes CMOS stuff. And I don't know anything about CMOS, but I start asking the questions. They have shampoo and conditioner and all kinds of CMOS, but they make a jar, for lack of a better word, of like a smoothie like CMOS. Mm-hmm. You can get all kinds of flavors. I have sampled them all. They're delicious. But so if anybody remembers Gerber baby food, Tutti Frutti,
I do.
You can have it in your mouth and be eating CMOS. But so I buy it, and I'm taking it for like the last month, and I start reading about it, and it is profound, the positive health effects that it has. And for perimenopause and menopausal women, you should hook yourself up. We'll talk a little bit more later about what it does, but total shout out to the CMOS Factory in Hackensack. They've been there for like 3 years. I've lived there and never even taken note. Their storefront is beautiful. They're right on the corner by Soames Uniforms for all of you police officers. So next door, stop there and give Lisa some love, because they are doing some and they give so much back to the community. They're awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Amazing.
All right.
I'm excited.
And I think we have Dr. Preet with us again.
We sure do.
Excited to talk to her today.
Yeah, we're talking AMD today.
I don't know what that is.
Well, and listen, you've got the right lady on the phone for this, because she knows everything there is to know about that. It is, it's scary. It's something that's happening. I think it's a little more prevalence than it used to. We will ask her about that as well. But she does see quite a bit of it now, I think. So we're going to get her in on that.
All right. So let's do it. Without further ado, Dr. Preet Johar Mann, welcome back to Code Lavender. We love you. We're so excited. So
good to be back.
Learn about this today.
Yeah, I'm curious too, Dr. Johar, because all I really remember about doing my part of the AMD is it wet or dry, and give them the Amsler grip.
Oh, macular degeneration. I teach this, and I didn't know what AMD was.
Okay, we need you to break it
down.
But
the wet or dry triggered me.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right. So it can be a very scary disease.
It is.
It is the leading cause of blindness in North America. Yes, there are two kinds. So there's a dry kind and a wet kind. The dry kind is more common. So 85% of patients that have age-related macular degeneration have the dry kind. And the more scary form is wet macular degeneration, because that is the one that really damages your vision. The scariest part about macular degeneration is that it affects the center of your vision. So when you're looking straight ahead, the side may be fine, but it affects the macula. So what is the macula? The macula is basically the bullseye in the back of our eye that contains the majority of our fine visual acuity. The 20/20 zone has a high density of vision cells, and that area gets damaged. And that is why it affects, function much more. It is age related. So 50 and above generally are the ones that are affected with it. And they're saying that 20% of those patients that are over 85 will have macular degeneration. And in the US, almost 2 million people have sight-threatening age-related macular degeneration.
Oh my God. So how do we diagnose this, Dr. Johar?
Once again, coming in for your regular eye exam, we do a check of inside your eye. And so with the drops, which I highly recommend, when you go for your eye exam, you get dilated. And we look at that macular region, which is right in the center, and you'll see speckles, like they look like these yellow speckles, which is fat and protein that's depositing in those vision cells, which disrupts the vision. So that's the best way to check. And I always say, know your family history. So if you have a family history of macular degeneration, definitely something you should be bringing up with your doctor, your healthcare professionals, your eye doctor, so you can get it checked right away.
How often do we need to monitor for this?
So it depends on the severity. So patients that, I have 4-year-olds that come in and you'll see some changes to that macular region, and I will document. And I always am a huge proponent of photo documentation, meaning we take a photo of the back of the eye.
Right.
There is a test called a macular OCT, which gives us where we can see all 9 layers of the retina in that area. And it will show us before it even shows on the front surface, if you have damage going on. So yearly, if you have more extensive damage to that area, or we're seeing any change to that area, even every 6 months.
Is that right? And the difference between the wet and dry, are we looking at different kinds of rates of monitoring, or is it typically every 6 months to 1 year?
So with the biggest thing that we look at is your vision. So how's your vision? Is your vision reducing rapidly? Are you noticing changes? So sometimes we have to monitor these patients sooner than 6 months. So it depends on how the vision is. We send patients home with something called an Amsler grid.
Oh, I remember the Amsler
And we tell
grid.
patients to put that on their fridge. And sometimes you only have it in one eye, or it's not as bad in one eye and it's more advanced in the other eye. And since we don't go around covering your eye, sometimes it can progress in one eye much quicker until you cover the eye and you're like, what happened to my vision? So you're looking for waviness, distortion in your vision. And that grid, it's like a square with these blocks. And if you ever, they should be straight, but if you're noticing any waviness or any parts missing, see your eye doctor right away.
Yeah. And I think, I'm getting old and I'm starting to see stuff. So what should I be looking for? What are the symptoms? What are the warning signs? I heard you talk about heredity stuff and we're aware of that, but what puts me at risk? What can I change now to prevent this, if anything?
Yeah, so definitely there's a link with hypertension. There's also a huge link with smoking. UV protection is very important. So wearing your sunglasses, it does affect patients with light eyes, so blue eyes, blonde hair, more so. And that might go through oxidative damage from the sun. But smoking is probably the biggest one.
Okay.
Really?
Wow.
Well, just don't smoke.
And talk to me about vaping versus cigarette smoke. Is that the same risk? Because the vaping is out of control.
We are dealing with this, Dr. Joe.
So, the studies are still being done with vaping. I'm assuming it probably has a similar effect, but I couldn't have any concrete,
Is it a lack of oxygenation, do you think? Or is it, let's try to drill this down into a palatable format, but is it a lack of oxygenation?
Potentially. The biggest thing is you're having free radicals, anything that can damage your cells in your body. So something with oxidative stress.
I see. Okay. All right.
And what about, Menopause, that's what we're really talking about it today.
We
and
are.
one of the biggest things with menopause that I'm feeling is dryness, eye dryness.
Oh,
and
chow grains, Dr. Joe Hart.
I know what that's not AMD, but I'm going off script. I want to fix this. What can I do?
100%. I mean,
Oh, here we
us
go.
lucky
This is
females
so annoying.
I love
get
it.
afflicted with dry eyes, and yes, the hormonal changes
Yes.
that we go through. Once again, it's just like, I know you started off your podcast talking about cortisol. So, just stress in general can affect the AMD, as well as dry eyes. We just don't produce enough tears, and we get this inflammatory response, excess inflammation on our eyes. And yes, the hormonal changes affect,
the tear
eyes.
layer, is it not, Dr. Joe Hart?
Sorry,
The tear layer composition is changing.
It's changing.
As we go, yes, yeah. I mean, this is the season. 'Tis the season for blepharitis, is it not?
Blepharitis, and we have the heat going.
Yes,
and it's a dry season.
Blepharitis.
So,
that's when I told you had to scrub your eyelids for,
because with burning stuff. That
the
was great.
burning, yes.
Yeah, you got to keep those eyelids clean. That's definitely going to help. Because most of our glands, we have blepharitis around the lid margin. And that's where some of our glands are that help produce the tears to lubricate our eyes. So if you have inflammation on your lid margin, you're going to get inflammation of those glands, and we're not going to release enough tears.
All right.
Do you get that now?
I got it.
Now that you've got it from the doctor?
I believe it now.
Yeah. Use those drops. Those
prescribing me eye burning treatment, but it did help.
It did. Yeah. I mean, it's the lid scrubs, right, Dr. Joe Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get those lid scrubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
you can find ones that don't burn. Maybe that one is not suitable with your physiology.
Well, I don't, that's no fun though.
Yeah. I mean, Tanya likes to have fun, right? So.
All right. So I think, big take homes are always smoking cessation. It doesn't seem to matter what we're talking about. It's hard. And get your eye exam. And I feel like if we didn't convince people to make their annual eye exam last month, I think.
Well, we're just going to keep going at it, aren't we?
I mean, definitely do not wait until you have symptoms. We can catch these things early.
Yes.
There are treatments on the horizon.
Let's talk about the treatments, Dr. Joe Hart, because I'm actually very interested. There's been some developments with AMD, is there not? Like beyond just the injection in the eye?
Yeah, so wet AMD is when you get these leaky blood vessels in the back of the eye, and you get fluid in the macular region. And there are eye injections to help clear up that fluid, which is helping numerous people regain their vision. Yes. But the key is you need to catch it early. If you wait till late stages, even the injections are not going to be effective in regaining your vision. But these were anti-cancer drugs, so they help stop blood vessels from growing, and now they're used to inject into the eye to help with wet AMD. The dry AMD.
Do they actually halt it though, Dr. Joe Hart, or is it just it slows it down?
It can halt it, and it can actually reverse some of the damage.
So
yeah, I mean, the newer injections, the newer formulations are very promising. Will you go back to 2020, which we consider perfect vision? Potentially not.
Right.
But at least.
But they didn't typically start at 2020, did they? People with AMD, like they're pretty. My understanding, my memory of it is that these are pretty high myopes to begin with.
Yeah,
who are a high risk.
Yes, they're definitely more high risk. Myopes are high risk for every eye disease. Yes. But yes, macular issues for sure are more common in pathological myopia or patients with very high prescriptions.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, I think that the big thing with any kind of preventive medicine is you got to get in there and see your OD.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you really do. You have to stay on top of this.
You don't want to be caught, at a stage where you lose your independence. So this is where, high risk of depression, dependency. There's low vision. I mean, it can cause blindness to the central part of your vision, which you need patients stop driving.
Yes.
It's important to get in early. The dry AMD, which is more common, which is very slow. Wet AMD tends to be faster. but there are stages of dry AMD that can also cause central blindness. And we were a bit limited on treatment. But now there are some things on the horizon. There was just something recently approved in Canada, and I think not yet in the US. It's called Acumera, which is like electrical impulses to help activate some of those vision cells. So we're seeing some of that, but they're still doing lots of studies on that. So definitely getting in early and doing things for prevention is very important. There's eye vitamins. So these are like the few tips. There's eye vitamins that help slow down the progression. So check for your family history, and then that might be something you want to start before you have any signs of macular degeneration.
Such as lutein.
Yeah, there's lutein. There's it's an antioxidant formulation. Lutein, zinc is in there. There's also a diet high in leafy green vegetables.
We love our leafy greens in nursing.
Berries, colored peppers, trying to have a healthy diet, which, I think sometimes we struggle with that in North America.
Oh, in general. Yes, food. We sure do.
Yeah. And stopping smoking and UV protection. Sunglasses.
Yes.
Not just for wrinkles, for your eyes as well.
So true. So true for so many different things, Dr. Johar. Yeah.
All right.
Any questions?
Not now. I'm going to buy my eye vitamins today.
Your eye
to go with my CMOS.
I know there's like some some patients, there's genetic testing as well to see if you carry some of the genes for macular degeneration, which there's always controversy with genetic testing. But it also, if you do get genetic testing, it can actually tell you which eye vitamins you should be taking. Also, patients that do smoke should take formulations that do not have lutein, because there is a link between taking lutein and lung cancer. So there are formulations for age-related macular degeneration vitamins without lutein. There's also some formulations, some patients should take formulations without zinc if they carry a certain gene for macular degeneration.
So it's
your eye doctor, so you can figure out what eye vitamins you need.
Right. Yeah. This is not just one of these Google things. You need your healthcare practitioner to guide you through your decision making.
And this is over the counter, or it's something that should be prescribed?
No, these vitamins are over the counter.
All right. All right.
Well, that sounds that's a lot of meat and potatoes, Dr. Johar. You've given us a lot to think about.
Yeah, I'm so happy that, with your podcast, hopefully we can get patients to get their eyes tested and prevent them from being in any late stages and prevent them from losing their vision.
It's a half hour out of your life once a year. Just do your eye exam. It's part of your systemic health.
Yeah. 100%.
Again, I am never going to stop telling people to go get eye exams, because there is so much, Ashley, that we see when we look in your little beautiful blue eye. We see so much.
My at-risk eyes with my at-risk hair.
We sure do. We see so many things, do we not, Dr. Johar? There are just so many.
Yeah, our premenopausal, menopausal females get in and get your dry eyes checked, and any other health issues that can arise.
Tear film analysis, because you don't have to be as uncomfortable as you are. And I think that's the moral of the story with today's podcast, is it not, Ashley? That really, in general, it's not just females, but it's people who are aging. Chemicals change as we age. We're not supposed to be alive right now from a historical standpoint. So, the chemicals sort of slow down, the hormones slow down, and it changes everything as a result thereof. There's no reason to be so uncomfortable. If your eyes are always dry and hot and tired and you feel like you have eye fatigue, then you should talk with your eye care professional, and they will guide you through a way to circumnavigate this. And it doesn't just have to be repeated drops. We can do a tear analysis. Can we not, Dr. Johar?
So much. There's so many treatment modalities. At our clinic here in Oakville at Envision Eye Care, we have advanced dry eye therapies. And I mean, back in the day, we'd be like, just use some drops and we'd
Right.
send you on your way. And we'll be really surprised at, I mean, I do see majority of females that suffer from dry eyes where it can cause, it actually ruins their day.
Yes.
It's a cause of anxiety and depression.
Yes.
I've had patients that, have wanted to, unalive themselves because of their dry eye symptoms, because there was no relief. And a lot of times we're like, just use drops, you'll be fine. But sometimes you have to get really down to the root of the problem. And there's a lot of treatment. So
there are. And it just really drills down to, for me, always my first stop was tear chemistry. We've got 3 different components in a tear. Let's see what you've got good. Let's see what you're not doing well with. And let's address that. And that can often be a systemic correction.
100%, like Sjogren's you were saying. And, there's inflammatory markers that are floating around in our tears, which is just causing inflammation on the front surface of our eye. I mean, we could do a deep dive in so many eye diseases and dry eyes.
Oh, we're going to, Dr. Johar. You're not getting off this easy.
No, I'd love to be back.
Oh, we're going to. Don't you worry about that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I've had so many patients tell me, oh, it's just because I'm getting older, and yeah, it is, and that's okay. That's awesome that we're getting older, because the alternative is we don't get older. However, it is often seasonal. It really truly is it not, Dr. Johar? We're seeing, like, when you're driving, especially, okay, listen, sweetheart, I lived in Toronto. I did 10 hard years there. I know what commuting is feeling like, all right? I know what it feels like to sit on the DVP for 2 hours to go 20 minutes with the heat blowing in my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And it is just going to exacerbate whatever it is we're low on, whether it's mucin or lipids or whatever it is. And this is such an easy fix. There's no reason to suffer. Also, the itching, the drying, the swelling. It's such an easy fix. So anybody that's having problems, this isn't because you're old. It's because you're sitting in your car a long time and your body's responding accordingly. Yeah.
The heat is not great for dry eyes, but also you need the heat when it's really cold. So
we do, don't we?
Yeah.
We're kind of babies when it comes to that.
We're having a heat wave right now.
Oh my God. Oh, what's it
but
like?
I'm over the winter, just like you guys were saying. I am over this winter. Like, spring can't come any sooner.
No,
you
don't know. We just shoveled 60 centimeters of snow.
Oh, I know.
What's 60
centimeters? I know. I saw.
Yeah,
centimeters. What's a centimeter?
Here we go again.
Oh my God. I thought I was going to die. My arms were like water. I'm not used to this anymore. I've lost my Canadian ticket. What?
They're like they're talking about centimeters.
Oh, I don't convert for them. Let them do the work. That's not my problem. The rest of the world uses metric, so
this is true.
Anyway, but it was a nightmare. Yeah, it was. We've had a few bouts with old man winter, and we're ready to welcome in the spring. Are we not, Ashley?
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, Dr. Johar, thank you so much for joining us again today. We're so grateful that you took the time out of your busy day.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed my time.
Yes, we'll see you next time.
Yep. Take care.
I'm gonna start Googling what diseases you can teach me about.
Oh, I have a list as long as my leg. We all know how long that
is. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Johar.
All right.
All right. Back on to Dr. Ashley now. We are ready to talk cortisol.
Yeah, but I want to talk about Black History.
I do too.
Month, and talk about just nurses who have had some kind of a meaning. So
yes,
I started Googling, and there's so many, and I think we have to recognize them. Nurses are nurses, so I just love them already.
Right.
But, look at. So there was this British Jamaican nurse, Mary Sacco, and she actually during the Crimean War opened up a British hotel. But what she really did was care for wounded soldiers. So shout out to her. Who else is on the list? Harriet Tubman.
Goodness, I'm all mixed up. Find
She's
mine.
a Civil War hero, and for all of us Americans who grew up in social studies class and United States history.
But I even know Harriet Tubman.
Oh, please, you're from Canada.
No, but I do.
But she
and
was,
the metric system.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
You probably measured the Underground Railroad in centimeters.
Oh, well,
so
kilometers.
It's a problem. But she really worked as a nurse during the Civil War, and she also was very instrumental in the freeing of people after the Civil War. So shout out to her. Mary Eliza Mahoney. She is recognized, cool stuff, as the first Black nurse in the United States to get a professional nursing license and graduate from nursing school in this country. So she's very important.
Oh, okay. So, so then basically she really pushed and expanded access in respect to nursing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. It looks like Ada Bell Thomas.
You're right.
And
there you go.
And well, listen, that's been corrected many times by my classmate who sits behind me, Ida. Hi, Ida. And Mabel Keaton Stopers. It looks like we have Miss Ada Bell Thomas, the co-founder of the National Association of Colored Graduate Nurses, advocated for Black nurses serving with the Red Cross and Army Nurse Corps in World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Estelle Massey Osborne. She was the first Black nurse to have a master's degree in this country, and that's awesome.
In NYU, in fact.
Yes. So not only did she move just the whole profession of nursing, but women, and NYU is not an easy feat. So
yeah,
look at that. A nurse.
To this day, it is not.
Right.
And then we have Dr. Mary Elizabeth Carnegie.
Oh my Lord, I'm from the Pittsburgh area.
I'm
We're dying right now.
Sorry.
Yes,
wait, it's not Carnegie?
Carnegie. Where
Carnegie.
are you people from?
Canada,
New York. Oh God.
I apologize. My deepest apologies to Dr. Carnegie, educator and author who advocated for the recognition of African American nurses and helped mentor generations of nursing leaders. In fact.
Yeah, and how about Hazel Johnson Brown? So she's a rock star. She was the first Black brigade general in the Army, and she was a nurse. So imagine that.
Oh my God. Female brigadier general.
Yeah, she's bad stuff. So
yeah.
And she's a nurse.
Listen, all the best are. I don't care.
Yeah.
Bernadine Lacey and Eddie Bernice Johnson. Now, Bernadine Lacey, nurse educator, political advocate, researcher, clinician, and leader named Living Legend by the American Academy of Nursing.
Yeah, and then Eddie Johnson, she was the first nurse ever elected to Congress. There's been many since her, but she was a Black woman, and she was a ranking member in space and technology and health sciences and all kinds of different committees that really guide some important decisions that are made in this country.
Incredible. And then we have Catherine Alicia Georges and Darlene Clark Hine, plus Beverly Malone. Now we have Miss Catherine Alicia Georges, nurse, we love you, author, academic administrator, and leader, including roles with AARP. They keep calling me. And how do they know? And the National Black Nurses Foundation.
Yes. And then Darlene Hine. So really, really important person. She's one of the people I often use in my research and my work, but she really started looking at the intersections of race and class and gender. And what does that mean for care and how we treat people and how people perceive the care we're giving. So she is sort of
the pioneer of disparities.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we use that so prevalently now in our analysis of how we're taking care of particularly mothers and babies.
Yeah.
We have Beverly Malone, nursing leader with major roles, including CEO of the National League for Nursing, pushing excellence and diversity in the workforce.
And then last but not least, Ernest Grant. I have to shout you out. We're talking about women this week, but I will give him props.
We'll give him a stick tap.
He is a burn expert. He's a nurse, but he's a burn expert. And he was the first male president of the American Nurses Association. So he sat in a different kind of seat in a female dominated profession that's been that way for a very long time. And he really moved mountains in his work, but also when he became the president of the ANA, and he did some good work.
Incredible.
So he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Burns, that's no joke.
Yeah, burns is a lot.
That's a whole other thing. The takeaway is that Black nurses shaped the bedside care, military nursing, education, leadership, research, and policy. We honor that by saying the names and supporting Black nurses now.
Yes. And I think just another group of nurses that I don't know names, but if you ever look into this group of nurses in Staten Island, they are truly the reason why we advanced and we can treat tuberculosis.
Oh my God.
There's a whole book about it called Black Angels.
Yes,
I've read some of it. I need
ma'am.
to finish it, but they were just nurses who had these sick people with TB, and everybody was afraid of it. And they were like, yeah, right. Like, let's fix this. So not a doctor, not some mad scientist who figured out TB, but just a group of nurses who actually cared.
Yes.
So
correct.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that actually.
Yeah.
I've looked a little bit into it, and I've considered actually maybe digging around a little bit in that because it is such a huge part of our regional history.
I have the book on my coffee table right now.
I see.
You can borrow it.
I shall. Thank you so much. When I am finished reading about maternity, which is what I am now currently buried.
It's overrated.
No.
All right. So let's talk about
sexually
cortisol.
transmitted disease.
No, we're not talking about STIs today.
Well, that's what pregnancy
It
is.
is an infection. It is not a disease.
What? It's diagnosed, honey. It's a disease.
No, STI, not STD. That's from 1990.
Well, I have a theory that actually pregnancy is actually anyway.
That's
a
another
disease?
show.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
it
an
mimics
STI.
a disease. Everything about
diagnosed.
this
It has
whole
criteria.
episode, but everything about disease or pregnancy is what happens to people who have chronic diseases.
Well, but also
It really is.
It needs to be monitored, much like any other disease.
Yes. So
It is an
on to
acute
the
disease.
cortisol
Oh, we're
and
not
the
going to do this.
menopause. We got to talk about pregnancy later. I can't talk about pregnancy anymore.
Okay.
All right.
I can get behind that.
So we all like to joke about menopause, right? People like to make digs at us.
I don't like to joke about it.
I don't either, but it's here. It's happening.
It's
so
here.
what is it?
Yeah.
What do people actually go through? So when we medically define menopause, it is 12 months consecutive without a period.
Yes.
The issue with this is all the chaos comes before that qualifying event in your life.
Yes.
And that's good old perimenopause. Hormones are fluctuating. People are anxious. They're irritable. And your body is just kind of saying, surprise, welcome to the new you, but you have no idea what's going on.
Right. So tell me from a hormonal basis, Dr. Ashley, what is happening? Because there is such a huge correlation between cortisol.
Yeah, so it's all
Let's
these.
talk
So what is
cortisol.
cortisol, right?
Tell me.
It's a stress hormone. And it's our body's release of that from our brain saying, like, I got you. I'm going to protect you.
Yes.
If you're getting chased by Luna, my Rottweiler,
Oh my God.
cortisol is good for you. Run. Luna will rip you to shreds.
She won't rip me.
No, she likes
She
you. They're like
absolutely-
spirit animals, the two of them. They're psychotic and weird, both of them.
We have
We're
good
not here
hair,
to talk about Luna either.
but we also have good hair.
Anyhow, so a little bit of cortisol is protective and needed, and
Yes.
there's a reason why we surge in it and we secrete it. When you are living in constant stress, people who are victims of, long-term trauma, things like that, they secrete abnormal amounts of cortisol. And then guess what? When you're a woman and you're about my age, you get to just secrete it for fun and start going through all this stuff. So we
Now-
are living in this cortisol high. And when you're constantly at that heightened level, it's not good for you. It's not therapeutic anymore.
Am I incorrect in suggesting that our other levels of hormones which combat cortisol have begun to stop being produced at the
Yes.
rate that is necessary to bring us back down from our flight or fight status?
Yeah, they're
So it's,
suppressed, and it's not just hot flashes. Like
but
that's
it's not
everybody
just
talks about
females
hot
either,
flashes.
Ashley.
No, men can go through that. We have sleep issues. How about the good old night sweats? I mean, I pretty much like once a week decide I have tuberculosis because people with tuberculosis have night sweats. So I
They
wake
do.
up and I'm like, fuck, the TB's here.
That definitely
It's
sounds
here.
like a WebMD diagnosis.
No,
Dr.
yes.
Google is in charge. But I do. And then I'm like, no, Ashley, you actually don't have tuberculosis.
Mhm.
Like, but it feels right. Mood swings. How about irritability, anxiety, brain fog?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you're up to par on your tests. It's the cortisol.
Excuse me? Who's not up to par on
Wow.
her tests?
What about vaginal dryness, changes in libido,
Yep.
thoughts of, homicide for no good reason?
Well, there's always a
And-
good reason in my case.
Never mind. I'm not playing the hockey video. Never mind.
You ever standing in the kitchen with Stacy and you sit there and you're like, she's gonna off me.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
about
much
to happen.
every other day.
It's cortisol. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
She's not actually gonna.
Could
grab
just be
the
me
knife.
too.
Well,
Might
that
not be
is-
cortisol. What are you nodding? Yes. What? It could be me.
What am I nodding my head at? I'm a healthcare practitioner, darling. I know what I'm talking about.
Fair.
So I think we have to normalize this, like everything else. We're always talking about, you can be a very high functioning person. We function at work. We're moms. We do all these things, and you can be a psycho mess inside.
Yes.
And we're really, really good at accepting it
Mhm.
and kind of masking it and sort of just saying, well, this is how it is.
Right.
And I think, a lot of people suffer very quietly with these silly things. Are they going to make you drop dead tomorrow? Absolutely not. But how do you feel?
It's death by a thousand cuts because as we just spoke about with Dr. Johar, even the dry eyes, Ashley, because,
Yeah.
tear film does change significantly. There are 3 layers of the tear film. There are 3 components, and they do change as we age as a result of menopause, as a result of hormonal changes. The very way one of our senses is being dulled by a physiological change, that can certainly have an impact on comfort, on frustration, just the irritability of scratching, rubbing your eyes all the time and feeling like, oh my God, it just exacerbates any sort of fatigue that one feels.
Right. And then you talk about fatigue and, you ever wake up from your tuberculosis night sweat or menopause, and then you can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you're exhausted. And then
Always 3
the-
o'clock.
I don't know what time it is. I'm going to clock this. Then
Well, that's when the demons come out. See?
No, it isn't.
The
That's
monster.
what it is when we test for hormones, do
You're
we
right.
not, Dr. Ashley? We do a hormonal test while a person is sleeping right before they are supposed to wake up, because that's when hormones are produced by the body so that the body can get through the day. So we're going to do a test right before you wake up on your hormones and see where we're standing with them.
Well, and I
And
think
it's
too,
typically
like,
3 o'clock. They start to go like a ding, 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 ding. And that's when I'm like,
it is a very interesting. And like when you look at people with diabetes, we often check a blood sugar at 3 o'clock in the morning. The reason for this is Schmorgan's phenomenon
Right.
and
Yep.
the spike of yet another hormone,
Yes.
hormone
Mhm.
regulated system.
mhm.
3 o'clock in the morning. Cholesterol is only manufactured by your body at night
In the
while
evening.
you sleep.
Yes.
This is why you should take your
Your-
anti-cholesterol meds at 10 p.m.
Take your
there
statins
are
at night.
reasons
Take
why
your
we do
statins at
this.
night.
But I think sleep is another show because I
We're
believe in
do-
sleep so much. Like, go your ass to bed. Close your eyes. You're worthless without sleep.
You are.
You are too.
I'm
You are
not.
mean without sleep. I don't
I
know
actually
if
like
she's
that show
worthless.
idea. We should just come. Everybody should sleep. Everybody bring a sleeping bag.
We're gonna video it.
Yeah,
and
this
then
video
make fun
now-
of each other.
Yeah, nap time.
What noises do you make?
Apparently I fart.
Oh,
So I'm told. I don't believe that though.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I think, and then what about good old weight gain?
Oh my
Anybody
God.
over 40 and just fat?
Never have been fat a day in my life. Not one.
So you got
Literally.
a question from Serena D.
She's mean. I love
No,
you, Serena.
she says, what do these
Without
beautiful
sleep.
women recommend for a woman with high cortisol? Is the way to bring it back down?
Dr. Ashley,
What do
I want you to run with this one because she actually has lots of great advice.
Yeah. So I think, first of all, here I go. Everybody should have a therapist. You don't have to have a mental health diagnosis. You need to talk. And you need to talk to somebody who has absolutely no skin in the game.
Thank you.
And you don't have to see a therapist once a week. You can go once a month, once every couple weeks, but get it off your chest. And then I think like a lot of self-care.
Yes.
It is proven. It's the most effective way in regulating hormone spikes is to have consistency and daily routines. The good old CMOS is something else that truly has a lot of potential to help you with that. It helps with gut health. It helps with weight gain.
Now, can we talk about gut health? What happens in our gut? Because it's not just digestion, Dr. Ashley.
Well, we have our microbiome, right?
Yes.
And that's something, it's new out there. We're talking about more, but I mean, I wish we could turn the camera to the buffet stand over here. When we go to break, we're going to have some problems with our gut health.
I can get a shot.
Get it. We
All
have
right.
White Castle.
Keep talking. I got
around.
Do it.
But yeah, I think, and look at the amount of caffeine we intake.
Yeah.
There is a huge correlation between smoking and high cortisol.
And for physiological reasons, which
Right.
we can certainly speak to on a medical level, that it is a vasodilator, that nicotine and both alcohol, nicotine, and cortisol are all vasoconstrictors, and we're raising our blood pressure with the chemicals we are intaking. Now, having said that, are there mitigators that we can introduce into our day-to-day as a means of supplements? Do we want to maybe talk about ashwagandha?
Yes, ashwagandha is another amazing
Tell me about it.
I actually just got a melatonin, ashwagandha, and magnesium supplement.
Okay, break it down.
And it's going to support good sleep. Ashwagandha is very good for brain fog.
Yes.
Thinking clearly. There is some stuff out there that suggests it can help with delaying the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's like symptoms.
Mhm.
But menopausal women have all this brain fog. So that's out there. And I really have to just go back to, if we actually as Americans could get this together, diet, exercise, and sleep.
Yes.
You don't need a magic pill for
It really
anything.
truly does
It
drill
really
down to
is.
those three components.
Caffeine intake, moderation. Everybody should. I tried mushroom coffee yesterday. It is disgusting.
Ugh. My friend Anastasia.
You what?
Everyday dose is better.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
Disgusting. I tried it with milk. It was okay, but everyday dose, I drink it every day. I got it for free. So, I had like 2 months worth for free. So I drank it. I love it.
My girlfriend Anastasia swears by it, but to me, a mushroom is genetically very similar to humans. So I'm feeling that, my aversion to mushrooms, it comes down to cannibalism. It's instinctual and I don't want any part of it. So Anastasia, I don't want your mushrooms.
I'm going to try it just to, I'm going to try it just to, and then I looked at what fungus, because that's what mushrooms are actually in this coffee. Then I start reading about it, and now I want to find an alternative way to ingest these supplements, because the mushroom coffee, I love coffee. I can't drink dirt, and it just tasted like dirt.
Everyday dose tastes more like instant coffee. So it's not, I'm not a big instant coffee fan, but I replaced 1 cup of coffee with it. I was up to like 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, and this has less caffeine and it is a little healthier. So it replaces one of mine. Plus I use less sugar in the mushroom coffee because it's less, like I make like 8 ounces instead of a 12 ounce cup. So, but for me, it works out. I drink it every day.
Sounds like one of these things to me.
But I'm not an instant coffee fan, so that was the barrier I had to go by. But you don't taste mushrooms.
No,
you
but
just and it doesn't even taste good.
No, it doesn't.
Just tastes like instant coffee. Everyday dose does.
You don't have to taste like mushrooms for me to be averted to
But
it.
Rise was like a no-go.
I forget what the brands I have, but no. I'm on a mushroom coffee adventure. I'm gonna try them all.
You need help.
To be
Now, I want to talk
You're
magnesium.
gonna actually try them too.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
Absolute. There's no way
All right.
that I'm going to put a mushroom in my mouth voluntarily.
I'm gonna serve her mushroom
She won't.
coffee.
No.
She's not even gonna know it.
Oh, she'll know.
You won't know if you get the right one. I'm telling
All
you.
right.
You'll just
Everyday
think you're
dose.
drinking instant coffee.
We're trying it.
The mushroom drinks give me migraines. I tried the ones that help
It's
you
because
sleep.
they're like human beings. You're eating a human being genetically.
Well, I mean, it is a fungus. But
A
no,
fungi,
what is it?
no.
Well, you're not a fungus.
I'm not.
No fungus among us.
Again, yeah. I mean, depending on who you ask.
He's a fun guy.
Those. Oh boy. Oh.
That's Dr. Johars. I stole that. She gave me the lamest. Oh my God, I'll never forget it.
Oh wait, I want to hear about your mushroom drink.
I think it's they're called Recess. The ones that help you sleep. It's like a seltzer. It's like a mushroom seltzer drink, and I mean, it would calm you down, but I wake up in the morning with just a migraine every time. So there was something in it.
Yeah. Well, migraines, that's something else altogether. I actually would love.
Often hormonal, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I have menopause. I don't know.
No, listen, Mo, it's not menopause. It's just the body ages, and we're not supposed to be alive at this point from thousands of generations of evolution. Right. But we're not quite caught up yet hormonally with what the evolution is.
Technology to keep us alive.
Well, and you have to look at the body does stop producing certain chemicals such as testosterone, correct, Dr.
Right,
Ashley? Estrogen, right?
Yeah.
And these are the ones that are typically mitigating, to my understanding, unless I'm incorrect, these are the ones that are mitigating the excess cortisol.
Correct.
So we have this volume of cortisol in our bodies, and we are no longer producing the antidote, if you will, at the levels that we need to get rid of this. So what that means is the body is in a constant state of fight or flight. Now, when the body's in a constant state of fight or flight, Dr. Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, but we begin to develop a insulin resistance.
Yes, and then you get chubby.
Right. So,
and when we look at, people, men and women who are 40 and
yes.
older, 40 seems to be the just death point. It's where everything starts going. But we look at central obesity.
Right.
So we get fat bellies, right? And, that is detrimental to your health. It really, really is. We love to say it's the White Castle and the alcohol, but it's really the changes that we're all going through. We start to lose our vision at 40.
Right.
Everyone does. It's statistical.
Well, that's wear and tear.
And right, but it's wear and tear on our bodies.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go to break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about good old hormone replacement therapy, because that seems to be the answer to everything, and it probably isn't, and get a little bit more into how do we control these symptoms and feel normal.
All right, break it is.
I'm not sure what normal is.
We know.
That break.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Listen,
What?
it's just trying to cover you.
Listen, what entities do we represent?
That's, I guess, up to you. I don't.
Oh,
The people.
the people, those people.
For the people. By the people.
That's an American thing. I don't know. So we want to talk about, let's really break down what we are talking about with cortisol. Because I feel like there are ways that we can kind of circumnavigate what's going on here. Now, how would you explain cortisol spikes with regards to insulin resistance to a 15-year-old, Dr.
To a
Ashley?
50, well, how appropriate, because insulin spikes, insulin resistance. So
Yeah.
Fair fat and 40, we've talked a lot about that for years, but that's a thing of the past. We are seeing diabetes, type 2 diabetes, develop in kids these days.
Oh,
that
we are
shouldn't
seeing
be a thing.
hyperlipidemia developing,
In
and
kids.
we are beginning to screen at 11.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I think when we look at what is actually going on, so you got too much stress and you're going to get too much sugar, right? We are going to see these spikes in blood sugar. We are stuck in a perpetual survival mode. So, we got to start paying attention to it, because diabetes is the road to death. It really, really
Look,
is.
of all the things that I don't want to get, that is it.
Right. And when we talk about, so there's type 1 diabetes, and that's a different disease. It's autoimmune,
It is.
it's inherited, it's developed in young people, and very few people actually have type 1 diabetes.
And it's a different trajectory.
Type 2 diabetes, we do it to ourselves. It's lifestyle 100%. So how do you look at preventing this? And even, how do we circumnavigate it? So do not eat carbohydrates alone.
Okay.
If you're going to eat a damn bag of chips, have some carrot sticks with it. I know which carrots are
Now
full
tell me,
of
like,
sugar,
the
but-
idea behind that. Is it because we're causing our cortisol, our sugar, our insulin to spike, that we need to add like a mitigator to that?
Yeah. So toast. I don't know. I don't love toast, but there are people out there that do. Don't eat it alone. Put something on it. Avocado, crazy cottage cheese. I love, me and
Or
cottage
just cheese.
Some eggs,
A protein.
tomatoes. Put something else with it. You're going to eat less. Have one slice. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Beef it up with other things.
Yeah.
You can have Greek yogurt on the side mixed with some fruit, some protein, chicken, fish, whatever.
Let's start folding some fiber into here.
Beans, veggies, berries. There's tons of fiber in in berries, and we don't think about berries for their fiber content, but it's there.
Oh yeah.
And then that healthy fat. Have some nuts. Have some avocado. Some, olive oil. Even you don't have to smother it with butter. There are alternatives to that.
Yeah.
So when you
Cheese is a healthy fat. Sometimes we have so many. If it's heavily processed, give it a thought. Just give it a thought before you put it in your mouth, because if a bag sounds like whatever you're putting in your mouth comes out of a bag that sounds like that, give it a thought. Because that's something that somebody has put in there to live a long time. Food shouldn't last a long time. And when it does, the body says, I don't know what to do with that. What's
Like
all this?
Twinkies.
And like
Oh,
anything,
Twinkies.
particularly.
I mean, they're American.
Listen,
Aren't they?
if you want to eat one, but just don't make it your everyday thing.
Yeah. And I think when we look at there's so much hype about protein. It's real.
But it is real.
Eat your protein.
Eat your protein.
And with some healthy fat.
Yeah.
Protein and good fat actually slows down sugar. If we halt sugar, we slow down insulin surges.
Right.
And what you're going to see, if you have less insulin circulating, you have less belly fat.
I
So
need this.
it's sort of just like a progressive thing, but it's real. Don't stop eating carbs. So all of you keto folks out there, you're wrong.
Well, I mean,
the keto
listen,
diet, it's a fad.
it is a
And
fad.
the second you stop it, you're going to be right back in the belly fat range.
Yes,
your
ma'am.
insulin's going to surge. Your sugar's going to spike.
Yes, ma'am.
Not healthy. We need to look at moderation.
I so agree with that.
You're not going to stop.
But this
process.
is age specific, and we need to stop playing like we're all like, listen, honey, I am not 30 anymore, and my doctors know it, and they talk to me like I'm not.
Yeah.
So we need to just accept and lean into this, because you can live better as long as you accept that I'm not 20. I'm not trying to look 20. I'm trying to look like a good me.
And what about the people who eat less? Like, I'm just going to eat so much less. You're wrong.
No.
Again,
what does that tell the body?
Earlier, eat more frequent, smaller portions,
Yeah.
but eat. If you have big, huge meals before you go to bed, guess what spikes? Good old insulin. Your cortisol spikes and you're trying to sleep.
Right.
It's not going to work out.
So what does that do? Cortisol is our fight or flight.
Yeah.
Right? Is that our rest and relax and our rest and digest? No, it is not. So we do not want to be consuming large amounts of food. We need to modify how we are eating. It doesn't have to change radically. It just needs a slight modification. You're aging. You don't need as many calories. You aren't living the same life, and your body isn't producing the same chemicals that they were when you were 20.
Well, and kids, like, we need to teach our kids to do this stuff.
Absolutely.
So eat your breakfast within an hour of when you wake up. It kicks everything off.
Right.
And breakfast is not coffee. I mean, I could argue with that, but eat your
It's
breakfast.
a part of breakfast.
You have dinner at least 3 hours before you're going to bed.
Yes.
Right? For real.
Mhm.
Your hormones are going to follow your clock, and
At
you're in
3
charge
a.m.
of your clock.
Yes.
Eating late, what's that say to your body? Danger, stay awake, keep it surging, bring that cortisol up. We have to fight it off. So it turns your stress hormones on and it keeps them on. And
Right.
we don't want surging stress hormones, especially not at night.
Let's talk, Ashley, about exercise, because I started doing this a year ago, and I started to get a lot fatter when I started to exercise.
What's wrong with you?
Why am I getting fatter? I said to myself. Myself said back to me, well, actually, because you're doing too much cardio and not enough weights. What do we do when we do cardio? Well, we're telling the body fight or flight. What does that initiate? The cortisol.
Yeah. And it also fuels off of stored sugar.
Yes.
So we have muscle wasting.
Yes.
We don't want muscle wasting, right?
We want muscle building
takes
because it
the
burns
glucose out of your muscle and fuels your body with it.
Yes.
So cardio's good, of course. I love cardio, but pair it with some weight training, some strength training.
Particularly over the age of 40, we really need to concentrate less on the high intensity cardiovascular activity, regular cardiovascular activity, like low impact. Let's just go for a nice relaxing walk. That stimulates peristalsis, which of course we love peristalsis as nurses. I mean,
Things along.
that just gets your poop moving.
So does Metamucil.
Fiber. Metamucil is just a fancy marketing tool for fiber.
It is.
Listen, it works. We got a bunch of guys at
we
work.
need it.
Yeah, a bunch of guys at work are all on. Everybody's hooked.
Yeah,
on either the
Metamucil.
powder. I'm doing the gummies, the Metamucil gummies.
I
But
didn't
it
even know
also
that
is
existed.
3 a day.
Let's add it to the repertoire.
I use it. No, I do use Metamucil because it also fills you.
Yes.
Like it expands in the stomach. You feel less hungry, and it's like a productive member to the society down there. So
Yeah.
we definitely
and
want it in there.
Fiber is protective against GI cancers, colon cancer specifically. And again, this is going to go back to if we all just ate the way we should, we wouldn't need Metamucil, fiber, water, all of that kind of stuff. We need to have it. So rock on Metamucil. And now they make I don't like to drink anything. I do
Nah,
not
neither
like
do
to
I.
drink
They're
my
like, oh, it
food.
tastes like Tang. I'm like,
No. So
gritty.
No, it's
they've got a
literally one of
gummy.
these.
yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
do it that
The
way.
gummies, 3 gummies in the morning with the coffee. That's breakfast. I mean, that's
Okay.
I like
So
it.
can we add a
I-
little fat to that? Can we add
How
a
about an
just a piece of
avocado?
cheese?
Avocado.
You can do
I
a little
love them.
square of
Avocado.
cheese.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Just
Um,
not a carb. We want to throw a little bit of protein or a little bit of fat with that, and your cortisol will not spike. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's chemistry.
And then I think calm your ass down, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
because we live in this space.
Dude,
where
come
who-
on.
Who do you know that's actually calm?
Me?
No,
I don't
am.
even know any calm kids anymore.
I'm
No.
right?
calm.
Like, we're all, yeah, you are calm. But, you know,
To be
are you
honest.
internally calm?
Usually, I mean, I have some
No.
things that were going on in my head that I'm getting over, but I mean, for the most part, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Even at work, I'm like,
Right.
I get paid by the hour, whatever.
There you go.
Ashley's
You know,
calm.
I try to be
Take-
chill.
Take some deep
And no, I
breaths.
take nothing. I take no medication, no nothing.
Yeah.
No, she's calm. She actually is calm.
But I'm
And-
not calm internally. And that's
Internally,
why
you
I
are
asked
not.
Dawn. I am not internally calm. I am
That's a problem.
cool as a cucumber.
She is.
You'll never see it.
suppression is bad.
Yet you'll never
eat you
see
alive.
it come out of me. I was today, I was telling her coming down here, I was pissed off at my students, but God, I loved them. Like, it's fine. But, just so yeah, but deep breathing exercises.
I've been
ground
doing this
yourself,
so
take
much.
a walk,
Touching grass.
get up and move around, touching grass.
Yeah, that's what
That's
they-
another one of those.
Yeah, the
sayings,
grounding.
touching
If your
grass.
feet, when your
awesome.
feet are grounded, yeah, at 100%.
Oh, here we go.
Now I
No,
hear
no, seriously.
grounding. I hear you, but she touching grass. I'm
You
like,
never heard
It's,
touching
it's an
grass? You put your
expression.
feet-
It's like touch something natural and
Yeah.
just like lean into that for a second, and it can take you
Yeah.
out of that moment of panic. Because really, what are you panicking about?
100%.
That nobody has. Well, maybe you do. Nobody has a gun at my head. Like, seriously.
No, I mean,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? Though, like, really.
No,
I mean,
100%.
what is it? Like, what? I have to take a test? Okay, bitch, you fail it or you pass it. Moving on.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean, though? But we think we really we need to like calm yourself and think about really be in the moment. For me, speaking only personally, that I will definitely, when I kind of find myself in that moment of being taken away by whatever external force, I
Yeah.
do the deep breathing. I go in for 4, I hold for 2, I go out.
The box
for
breathing. Well,
6.
4, 4, 4, 4,
Yeah.
Well,
4,
I
4,
do.
4.
I like 6. I like
do
doing.
6?
Yeah, I like doing in for 4, hold for 2, and out for 6. And or you can just go outside and touch something that's alive, like a tree or grass.
Well, just
or-
going outside. I mean, that's the.
Yeah.
I think I get that part of the either the grounding or the touching grass. Like, just put your phone down, disconnect, go stand
put the
outside,
goddamn phone down.
take a deep
Yeah.
breath, walk around. I mean, even if it is 3:00 in the morning, just go outside,
It's okay.
clear
Or-
your head.
Or even just do the child's pose. You're into yoga.
It can. Yeah, it
That is, like,
definitely.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
totally can.
I'll just do that. I'm like, okay, and it just relaxes you.
Yeah. So
It
I
sure
think,
can.
yeah, remove yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
truly remove yourself
Yeah.
from whatever it is. 2 seconds worth of it can help. And then there's all the stuff, yoga, oils, aromatherapy,
Well-
pressure points.
Whatever works. I mean, I love a bath, honestly, and that's my thing. No one's invited. No one's welcome. The door is shut, including dogs.
That is that's huge. Shower time, bathroom time, but that's your time. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Oh.
100%.
You're not invited.
Oh.
You're not welcome.
Now preaching to the choir. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, honey, I like candles. I have the whole thing going. This is my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go in the shower, stand out at the hot water, just run on you. Like, no, I don't. That's my
I-
office. That's it.
Not
Yes.
invited.
I burn sage. And yeah, whatever, to the people who think sage gets rid of the demons, it is so relaxing. And then I think like sleep, quality sleep.
Oh,
And there's so much that you can do to, I just took the fireplace out of my bedroom. We are not supposed to be hot when we sleep.
oh, we really are not.
You are supposed to cool it down. So I removed it because I have a bad habit of it. And then now I'm waking up in the middle of the night. So cool environment when you sleep. How about put the damn phone down, like on the charger, not under your pillow. You know, it shouldn't be giving you a black eye at night because you drop it on your face. Like put it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, turn the TV off, right? How many of us fall asleep and watching TV and we miss? And then the next day you're like, damn it, now I don't know where I'm at in that episode. Now I got to rewind. How about turn the TV off? You know, there is quitting time.
I'm in the middle though, which I know is bad. They say for you because you even if you're falling asleep, I guess your eyes still are picking up the light. I mute it and I have it on. I'm with the cold. I mean, I got a floor fan, a ceiling fan, a window open. I need to be freezing because anything over 70 degrees, you are inviting the devil. Like you are either doing hot yoga or you are trying to summon.
No, listen, you're talking to somebody here whose father always opened the windows every night, and he was a police officer, okay? But nevertheless, opened all the windows because fresh air makes you healthy.
Yes.
The heat was shut off in PEI at night, okay? So we're talking like, you can see your breath in the room. But I love that feeling of heavy blankets, keeping me warm, tamped down. My nose is cold.
Top of your head cold. Yeah.
It's the best. Yeah. Like, no, listen, David McKenna knew how to sleep.
No, it's the
he
greatest.
He did. He knew how to sleep.
But I keep the TV on, but I mute it for some reason, like that, especially with anxiety or whatever. Like for somebody like that is like this distraction, and then I kind of nod off. But I mean, they say even that's bad though because you may feel like you're sleeping, but again, your eyes are still registering that light.
There are levels of sleep, which you can log with an iWatch, Apple Watch, whatever it is, and that definitely does accurately log your the four phases of sleep.
Well, yeah, and we're gonna actually do it.
We need to do it. Yeah,
I agree.
We need to break it down.
But the deep sleep, the dreamless sleep, we spend about 5% of our actual sleep cycle in it. So only 5% of the time we are asleep is worth anything. And that's the sleep cycle. We can talk about the sleep cycle.
We will. Yeah.
But so if only 5% of the time that we're asleep is actually quality sleep, we've got to really do everything we can to get there.
Yeah. Squeeze every drop.
You know, and you should turn the TV off. And then we look at all of the research that's coming out to us about the different ambient lights that come off of our phones and off of our amazing TVs, and it's not good for us. It doesn't allow for, and when we are sleeping, we were saying before, that's when we make cholesterol. We need cholesterol.
Yep.
It's when we make cholesterol. It's when our hormones spike. You need to get real sleep.
Right. Right.
And not 20 minutes. 20 minutes is not sleep.
I got to tell you though, what I've done
exhaustion
lately is I listened to two really boring British guys reading a book about anything. It doesn't matter. And just the sound of their voices, I'll fall asleep to that. And then I'll wake up and shut it off. And then I get my sleepies.
I used to fall asleep to Bob Ross.
Oh, I love Bob.
Yeah, no, but that's
Bob Ross painting. And the sounds of him just, beating the brush against the canvas.
But that's not going to interfere with any sort of brain waves, because this is the thing, and we really do need to do this because there are all different sort of
Cold Lavender sleepover. It's happening.
Yeah,
that's it.
There's so many different brain waves that are being activated by different phases of sleep, which we really should talk about and break down. But the visual part of it, like the visual disturbances are very, very interruptive of a proper sleep cycle. So what I am doing is audio more than anything. Yeah, because
and you think about white noise and stuff. So I think, wrapping it up as far as aging, and this is not just for women, all of us,
we're aging
you're actually
humans.
Not crazy. This is normal. It's part of aging, but you don't have to just accept it. There are things you can do. And again, hormone replacement therapy, it is an effective treatment for menopausal symptoms, but it's not a long-term treatment. We can't become dependent on it. And
also, it's not one size fits all.
No, so you really have to look at what's going on with me. And I think prevention and dealing with symptoms before they manifest is the best way. And then I think we have to give ourselves a break. We were joking and laughing, but I don't need you, cute little 20-year-old influencer, telling me how to be perfect, because girlfriend, you don't have it. You are turning that shit off and eating a pizza and having a fit the vodka and, vomiting on somebody's couch. Like, I'm a real person with real problems and a real job. And, and when we look at all these health influencers and they're 22 years old, I was amazing at 22 also.
Oh God. Look. Yeah. You don't even want to know.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm still waiting for my golden years. When are they supposed to happen?
You
missed the bus.
You missed it.
I was never fat until the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Literally had zero weight on me in the last 2 or 3 years. It's like, wait, what the hell is that? I've never had a stomach. What is this?
My body's falling apart. I got to get my hip replaced.
For real?
Yeah, for real. I got it scheduled August. No, supposedly they said it's easy, but I will say that my numbers, again, now all these numbers I've been concerned about. Now, I obviously have those medications that I've been taking about since I stopped drinking completely plummeted. My last blood test, my triglycerides are back to normal. I'm back in the 140s.
Yes.
And my cholesterol was 168.
Down from
300
plummeted
from actually concerning levels.
Yes,
like
my triglycerides were over 300, and my cholesterol was just below. It was 298.
Wow, well done.
And really, what you did is you made lifestyle modifications. Yeah. The normal stuff that we all should be doing. It's okay to have a little indulgence here and there, but in the American world here, we just rock it out to the point of we have the highest rates of everything that's bad. We don't win anything good except hockey.
I mean,
listen, may I speak, please?
Because 100%, please
I feel like I should have the floor.
Absolutely.
That was the best team won. That's hockey. And, there's a lot of Canadians who could have sour grapes over it, but we put up a good fight. That was an incredible hockey game. We have nothing to be embarrassed of. But listen, that kid got the score. He got the goal. He took a shot, and I couldn't have been happier for that young man. Yeah. I'm not a sour loser. I'm proud of him because he excelled, and he should be proud. All Americans should be proud of that gold medal. It was well earned.
Yeah, I mean,
do I wish it was hanging around a Canadian neck? Obviously, of course I do, but I have no shame in how we finished. So, we can say whatever we want about it. We can politicize it any way we want. I don't do that because I think it's absurd and juvenile, and I don't go down that road. However, athleticism always proves itself. Who the best man always wins.
Yeah, well, that hockey game was kind of like
it was spectacular.
It was like an MMA fight where you have two evenly matched people. Anybody can win. Anybody can win that. The right person lands the right punch in an MMA match, they're gonna win. If they just get that upper hand, it's not a matter of like, this guy's just so dominant and they just ran him over. Ever since the U.S. started putting professional players in, and you really have just professional players. These are guys that play with each other and against each other in the NHL.
Of course.
Just swapping teams. That's all they're really doing. So it's pros against pros. It could go any way. But again, for everything with the two goalies, both of them are just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then, into what you said with Hughes, we talked about it earlier. To have your teeth knocked out, to have those nerves and all that exposed, and to still.
Is there anything more inspirational than that?
No.
Because that is hockey.
Yes.
And hockey, to me, it rises above all this political bullshit. And I don't want to talk about it because to me it's absurd.
It is.
If you have that running through your veins, then you're an athlete. And you should be proud of where you're from. Otherwise, why the fuck did you stay where you are?
And you know what? And I'm glad you said that because I follow hockey, but not as much as any other sport. So as somebody that doesn't follow hockey year round, I always say, like, I get a lot of enjoyment out of playoff hockey or the kind of hockey you saw in the Olympics. That intensity, like I said, 8 o'clock in the morning, people were pacing around their living room for the entirety of the game. Yeah, a big baseball fan, watch baseball religiously. You have intense moments, second and third, 2 outs, full count, 1 run down. That's an intense moment. That whole game was intense.
But that's true with a lot of hockey at a different level. At any level, you will see that kind of intensity with junior hockey. It is such a display of athleticism, and
it's soccer on skates.
Honestly,
it's the cardio of soccer on skates. Oh, and by the way, you're getting hit.
It's more like it's a little more like rugby on skates, but okay.
Okay, no, that's fair. I'll take
because this, it is certainly a hooligan sport played by gentlemen overwhelmingly. I want to say.
I like that.
Well, that's what they call rugby versus soccer, which is a gentleman's sport played by hooligans. Now, hockey, it just, for me, it rises above. These are real like players. These are hockey has its own
subculture. It absolutely does.
And it's so much, it's almost paramilitary. I'll be honest with you, because they stand up for each other.
No, really.
There is that blue
right.
line. There is that thin blue line of hockey players that will defend each other, stand up for each other. And, these people that want to turn it into something other than what it which was a victory. These kids earned it. I couldn't clap louder for the Hughes boys. They are, oh my God, I'm so proud.
Especially Jack, and you even saw when they were playing. He was playing in the Prudential Center, and they were playing the Sabres.
Yeah.
And the other guy from he bought the other guy from the Team USA out there on the ice with him when the Devils fans were trying to honor him.
But that's hockey.
And what they did with the family that lost the two sons.
The Gaudreaus, yeah. This is hockey, and it really truly is like a whole other thing. It's not like any other professional sport. They take care of each other. They love each other. There is a unity and a brotherhood or sisterhood or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I couldn't be happier for them. The best team won. Listen, I'm so proud of them. They earned it. Now, curling, on the other hand,
curling.
Listen, don't.
I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Don't.
Is there cortisol in curling? Yes or no?
Listen, all I can say is I would absolutely love to see one of those fuckers vacuuming their house. I would pay money to see that because it's got to be spectacular.
Vacuuming.
Their house, they have great form.
Have you not seen curling?
Or mopping the floor.
Oh,
wait, you haven't seen curling?
No, I don't know what curling is.
Oh, I love curling so much. I really do, but I can't throw that
It's essentially shuffleboard on ice, basically.
Okay.
If you think about it
that
way.
rock is heavy.
100%
curled. That is heavy.
It's and they do this like really grand slide and then let it go. And if you're Canadian, they push it a little further than you're allowed to. And then they have Swiffers. And
they're brooms. Okay, they're brooms. They're
Swiffers.
Listen, and it is a skill.
I guess
there is. It is, and I'll stand behind my curling. We should curl sometime, Ashley.
Okay.
Yeah. Or at the very least, you can watch it, and all you have to be is fat and drunk.
Qualified.
It'd be therapeutic.
It is, but yeah.
All right, I'm gonna drink mushroom coffee and watch curling. Do I have any other assignments for a month?
Maybe do a little yoga. Child's pose. That's an easy. That's a relaxing, a calming pose.
What are you gonna do?
Reset your system.
What are you reporting back on?
I don't know.
Child's pose.
No, I don't know how to do
seriously, child's pose is it's
a
very
like pose.
Yes.
It's
amazing.
No. I used to do yoga. Right now I'm kind of deep in the end of nursing school. So Team Tanya is winning so far. Tanya won nursing school. Yeah, I'm really killing it. I don't want to like toot my own horn.
All right, well, I'm going to report back on mushroom coffee and curling.
You got to get into curling.
Listen, we have plans for tomorrow, though, Ashley. I'm taking
We're very
I'm taking Ashley on a much deserved day in the city. We're going to do a little art.
How is that going to be relaxing though?
Oh, because it's
Because I know how to
just-
do it.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. When it's with me, it's a whole other thing. I know the city. I know
Okay,
the
all
city.
right.
We're doing an exhibit, immersive, which is going to titillate all the senses.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's going to totally turn everything upside down. Then we're going to go for some frou-frou lunch.
Okay.
Yep. And then it's going to probably get ugly at that point.
Gonna go to McSorley's?
She's like, I don't know about this now.
Ew, I don't go to McSorley's.
Oh, all right. Wow.
Oh my God.
It was very,
Where are we going?
It's dirty in there. There's
of
all
course.
dirty.
Isn't it like the oldest bar in New York?
Well, that's debatable, but it only allowed women as of like 1970.
What a bunch of smart people. What? I'm sorry. No, I take that back.
And they have liverwurst sandwiches and two
Ew.
kinds of beer.
I'm not eating.
Wait, they
liverwurst.
actually serve sandwiches now? I didn't even know they serve food at all.
There was like there's onion liverwurst
yeah,
sandwiches.
I
that
didn't even
they
know.
sell.
The last time I was there was so long ago, and they weren't even serving food at all. They had no kitchen. And it's
I know.
just, she's right. It's just beer. You want light or dark?
Like,
That's it.
Yeah, lighter
No
dark beer.
alcohol. It's beer.
There's like moldy, dusty turkey bones all
Yeah,
over
we're
the.
not going
Oh no,
there.
no, we're not.
No.
Please, honey, please.
All right.
Really? Come on. Have we met?
We've met.
Are you going to Alma's in Brooklyn with some rooftop dining?
No.
Okay.
No, I know exactly where I'm taking her. Believe me. And then for the
It's a surprise.
no, I mean, it'll be surprising.
And for the what?
What?
After we leave there, then there's other plans.
Okay. You know.
God.
All right.
Yeah, well,
so
there you go.
I may or may not see you next month on
You might have, what is
Lavender.
it? You have tuberculosis.
Well, if she
Tuberculosis,
doesn't, she
jail,
will.
death. I'm not.
No, you don't
No,
have to
don't worry
worry.
about it.
You're
That's,
safe as a
if
kid.
one thing you don't have to worry about in New York is going to jail.
No, I'm
Nobody
not going
goes to
to
jail in New York. You see, I see how I
Thank
worked
God.
it in. I'm sorry, Tanya.
Also, listen. Also, I have
Nobody goes to jail. You can hit
I have-
cops in the head with ice balls, and nobody goes to jail in New York. Don't worry about it.
I have but it's
Hypothetically.
not against the law to hit nurses. So, but whatever.
Should be.
It isn't.
Should be. It's wild. It is wild. What we've talked about this before. Not to go. It's a whole separate tangent. But what society expects of its civil servants and what
There's
they
nothing
expect.
civil about me.
What they expect of our civil servants is it's beyond not fair. And I know life isn't fair. I get it, but it's beyond. It's something outer worldly. I don't know the level of entitlement. You know,
Yeah.
like listen, I don't care what kind of service I'm providing for you. You cross a certain line, you're gonna get hit with a fucking forearm, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And then I'll
You're-
go back and I'll help you.
In
And
your
I'll maybe
line. In your line. Yeah.
you know, it wasn't even in your line. Like that's it.
Um,
You're gonna get hit with a forearm, and then I'll help you patch it up, and then we're gonna make up and say, all right, now do we understand each other's line? I guess we do.
Well, we have different
Here's-
directives. So
Here's
no.
a tampon to go up your nose, and we're good now.
I want to take care of you. I don't
A
want
rhino
I don't
rocket.
want to
There you
necessarily contain you. I just want to take care of you, and I need you to be manageable for me to take care of you. You can't hurt me, and I know how to get around that. We're trained how to do that. So
Put
my
your foot on her
directive-
throat.
No, that isn't. No, we just give you a shot of haloperidol.
Ooh, what is that called? You bring that. That's how we get
How
sleep.
though? A B-52. Benadryl. Haldol.
Bye.
See, they give you a gun that you really can't use. They give us drugs and needles. We're allowed to use them.
Oh hell yeah, and we know exactly where to go with that, baby.
All right.
Different directive.
Excellent talk.
Excellent. Good job
Excellent
today,
talk.
guys.
All right.
All
See
right.
you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.